All right,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back
to our podcast. In this one, we are going to be continuing on with our Star Trek: The Original Series episode review. And before I forget, we also released our first episode of our group channel, which is the Howard Brothers Chronicles.
Yes.
Depending on when we release this video, it probably was last weekend.
Yes. And you're going to see in the group video...
Yes.
Something new.
Yeah, we're going to be working on getting a studio set up. Possibly.
That way we're not...
But we'll see how things go, because the way things are going with Jordan, we may have to be canceling that.
Yes.
So, we'll see.
Essentially, how was your week at work, Ryan?
It went pretty good. It was felt like a long week, actually.
Shorter weeks always do.
It's a long week.
Yeah, shorter weeks usually always are long weeks.
Yeah, but this was a long week, which felt really long. So,
well, for someone who hardly works, that's understandable. You probably had to do it.
Yeah. Mr. I'm going to get a 2,500.
Maybe.
Ha! Yeah, right. You're just going to do it now, just in spite.
I wouldn't do that. I don't stoop that low like you.
You would.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And I almost...
And plus, I could sleep in the box then if I have to.
You could have done that with that one.
That box is too short.
Well, it's no longer bigger than the one you on the one you're looking at.
No, that one's less. That one's only 5'4". I'm too long for that box.
Oh.
The other one's 6'4", so I can easily fit in that.
All right.
But I wouldn't. But like I said, Ryan's just being poopy pants because I'm looking at something neat, something new. Well, actually, it's not even new. It's older.
Yeah, but it's still cool. Unless you got the one with the CD player, then
But it doesn't have the full console.
No, I think it was the other one.
And plus, it's also way more expensive.
But if we split on everything, it can actually be cheaper. So, anyway, I almost did went out. A woman did try to set me up on a date with a woman.
Yeah, and you turned your back on it.
No, the woman said she wasn't looking to date.
She probably was, but you probably scared her because of your sexiness.
No, apparently she doesn't even know what I look like. So.
Oh, it's been a blind date.
Well, I know what she looked like, but this woman didn't show her a picture of what I looked like before she turned me down. So, and she was going to be older anyway.
So,
that can be very nerve-wracking because older women have experience. They know what they want.
Well, no offense, you are at that age where you know what you want.
True. What was that?
I said you are seasoned.
Yeah, okay.
See the abuse I take?
Oh, abuse.
Shit and abuse.
I get the abuse. So anyway, other than that, it wasn't really
overexciting week for you?
No. How about you?
Well, because it's warmer weather for me, it means more people are calling in sick and all that because they want to spend the...
Yeah, I found that at work this week too, because it was like really warm all week. We're getting into like low 20s all week as the highs. And I find when that happens, like everybody thinks, oh,
I don't want to work today. It's nice out.
I'm sick today because it's a beautiful day out.
And then they end up doing gardening and all that.
Or whatever.
No, I found that happen. Mm-hmm. It's starting to happen.
All winter. Usually they take time off in my profession, but this year not many people did. I did not get that many extra runs.
No.
So, but now that the warmer weather's here, now everybody thinks, oh, I got a sore pinky.
I got a sore toenail.
Yeah.
I need the day off.
Yeah.
So no, I found that that's starting to happen right now for me. So now we're getting busier because now more people are ordering stuff and shipping stuff.
Yeah.
The seasonal people are coming back in because now it's warming up.
And not to mention, grocery stores are starting to not have much in stock.
That is true, especially where we live because it's tourist season. So essentially, we're getting busier at work. More people are taking time off, and our managers don't give a crap.
Yes, tell us about that because that seems to be quite of a pickle for you.
Unfortunately, the managers at the company I work for, all the good managers are either retiring or have retired, and the ones that are left are not getting to be managers from their work ethic or from their experience. They'll pretty much getting to be managers because they're good friends with another manager, or a good friend with someone higher up, or their family members to another manager, and the manager going, well, this guy, he's struggling right now, so because he's my cousin, I'm going to give him the position, and the one that should be getting it, who has the experience, has the know-how, we're just going to pass him over, and again, and when they get mad, the company just pretty much goes, well, at least you have a job.
Yeah, that's their biggest answer.
Yeah.
And also, you are also now doing more work from another department. Yes. And not getting any more money.
We're essentially my department, we're taking responsibilities away from another department because the other department doesn't think they should have to do all this stuff.
Even though
they get paid
more
money than we do to do the stuff.
And they also have more people in that department.
Yes, they have almost double the power we do for manpower.
And now they're saying you gotta do less.
Yeah, they gotta do less, and we have to do more.
That has half the people they do.
Yes, and they're saying that we have to do more. So, yeah, needless to say,
that's kind of why I'm saying that we may be canceling our
podcast room because
our studio room because he's kind of tipping his toe out the door now.
Yes, and which probably means the house that I live in, I probably won't be able to stay in it because in order for me to get another job, I would have to again leave the island and probably move back to Sudbury. Now
he could get work on the island, but it would be guaranteed seasonal.
Guaranteed seasonal, and I can pretty much guarantee, and not to mention minimum wage.
It would be likely minimum wage. It would be guaranteed seasonal. And during his time off, which is going to be during the winter, there's very little opportunity or whatever to do, even just to start his own business or to create a side job.
Exactly. So
there's no Uber on this island, so he couldn't Uber. Even people, there's no Uber Eats on the island, so he can't do that.
Nope.
He did that in Sudbury for a little bit.
But I made some pretty good money for it.
Yeah, but there's none of that on this island.
No.
What else? There's
no like DoorDash,
no,
Uber.
no.
There's no skip the dishes.
None of that on this island.
No.
The only thing I could think of that he could possibly during the winter is blow snow.
Yeah, blow snow. And in order for me to do that,
he has to get a bigger vehicle
to haul the tractor to there drive the tractor.
Because he doesn't have a small snowblower.
No. And unfortunately, some of the places around here have long driveways. And in order to drive a tractor there, the tractor is slow as molasses.
And because we live out in the middle of nowhere, and this island is so huge,
yes,
to drive it somewhere would be counterproductive. Yeah. So you would have to haul it around. We have the trailer.
Oh yeah, we got a flatbed trailer that I can use to haul.
He just doesn't have a big enough vehicle, so you would have to get a bigger vehicle. Yes. Which is what we were talking about, a bigger vehicle there at the beginning. Yeah. But that was not to haul a tractor, and that's to
do something else. Because, well, I'm just going to come flat out and say it, and I actually want some opinions on this for what people think. If I do have to move back to Sudbury, as if any of you live in Sudbury, rent is absolutely fucking crazy. So, for me and Ryan, it would mostly be, instead of living in an apartment, we would probably
live in a camper.
Buy a camping trailer.
Yes.
Which, again, my little Ranger just can't haul a trailer that would be, I believe, big enough for the two of us to be comfortable in.
And my car wouldn't be able to do it either.
So we would have to get a bigger vehicle.
Correct. We would have to get at least a minimum of
1,500.
1,500 or an F-150.
But I will tell you, I probably won't get a Ford. I'm a dog. I miss the Dodge truck I had.
I miss my GMC. So.
But yeah, he's a GMC. I'm a Dodge guy. I just got the Ford because it was cheap at the time.
And at the time, we had one previous Ford, and we had really good experience with it. Our mother had that Ford van.
Oh, yeah. But we also had that Ford Explorer that the door never worked properly on.
Well, that started off as a piece of crap.
Yeah.
But your truck didn't start off as a piece of crap.
No, it slowly started.
It became one. But like I said, we had a previous minivan, which was a Ford.
Worked great.
It was actually a tank.
Yeah, we nicknamed it the Tank.
As it could not get stuck in snow. It was bulletproof. The only thing we ever ran into it was
the transmission. And that's just from age.
And that at the end of the day was what killed it. But that was after many, many years of us driving it.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, we'll give Ford a second shot. And
the Ford
he started off great,
but
it seemed as soon as he moved here.
Yeah, almost since I moved here,
it doesn't seem to be as good as it was.
No. I'm starting to have some issues with it.
And unfortunately, by the sounds of it, by him asking friends and mechanics that we know on this island quite well and trust, they're saying it sounds like it's something that you got to take to a Ford dealer.
Yeah.
And it's proprietary software. And Ford won't give that software out to any of the other mechanics.
Nope.
So he has to take it to a Ford dealer, have them diagnose it, have them fix it, and they said it could cost as little as a couple $100 to thousands,
depending on what it is. Because from what I can gather, Googling it, it's in behind the dash, so they would have to rip the dash off to get to the thing.
Because his radio sometimes goes blank. He doesn't have Bluetooth anymore.
My phone won't even connect to the truck. Won't even register that the truck's even sending out a signal.
So
my stereo doesn't work most of the time. If it does come on, I then have to restart it because it won't. The air conditioner then won't come on or off. I can't change what the temperature is. I can't change the volume. I can't change the radio station. So, and the clock won't work. Then I'd have to reboot it to get it to come back on.
Which is easy enough for him to do.
But it's literally, I have to do it every time I get into the truck.
It started off as periodic.
Now
it's every time.
All the time. And I've tried doing software updates. I can't even get my phone to connect to the truck through the Ford app.
Like, we even took it to a Ford guy.
And he doesn't... And he said, I don't even know why it's not doing this. This doesn't come up when we work on these.
So, we did take it to a Ford dealer. We did have a guy inside. He wasn't a mechanic. He was a salesman.
And he said, "Oh yeah, I know how to hook up the phones and all that, and connect you to the app." And he came in and looked at it and went, "Yeah, that's. I don't even know what that is. Like, so none of that comes up when we do it ourselves. When we do it.
So it sounds like it's expensive.
Yes. So unfortunately, chances are I'm probably going to have to trade. If I do trade this in and I get something, I might do a video on it and show what my
new vehicle is, or your options.
Yeah,
could do one on options.
Yeah,
that would probably be something to do on our group channel, our Chronicles.
Yep.
Howard Brothers Chronicles.
Yep. And then you can watch, and if I do get something new, then you can.
And then probably watch me crying or kicking Jordan's ass.
Yeah, he'd probably try to kick my ass to try to get to the keys that way he could drive it.
Yes.
Because chances are, if I do have to get a truck, he's going to want to drive it.
Well, depending on what kind of truck it is.
Well, what if I get a 1500?
Okay.
Are you going to try to drive it?
Well, depending on what kind of 1500.
Sport.
Well, depending on what the inside looks like. If it looks plain Jane, probably not.
Alright.
But if it's another Rebel with the red accents in it, yeah, I probably won't want to drive it. If you get a diesel, even if it's a 1500 diesel, oh yeah.
Why?
It's a diesel.
And
or 2500 diesel. Oh,
and surprisingly, actually, if you actually Google a diesel compared to my truck, even a 2017 2500 Dodge Ram, its fuel economy is not.
And that's a Bighorn or Longhorn?
Longhorn. And that's with the 6.7 liter.
It's a V8. It's before they became i6s.
It was V8.
The 17 is a V8.
Is it?
That's why when you go to 2019 or the 2020, you haul more because it's an i6 and a turbo.
Isn't I thought 2017 one was a
It's V8.
It's a 3.7 liter.
That's why I'm
and it's actually surprisingly the fuel economy is not much different than what my truck gets now.
Diesels are very good on fuel. Even a school bus diesel is way better than a school bus gas engine.
Which I honestly did not think was true.
That's why I'm hoping next year, because I did put my form in, and for me coming back next year as a school bus driver, I did put in a comments of hoping that whatever I get next year is hopefully will be a diesel.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will, but we'll see.
Well, that would be nice.
It would be nice.
So
I'd like to get back.
So yeah, I'm literally looking at new vehicles. One that actually works properly. The stereo works. Because
he's never had problems. You've never had problems with a Dodge before.
I've never had any problems with Dodge. People who come out and go, "Oh, Dodge transmissions and all that crap." No, you're just a terrible driver.
Maybe.
I have literally...
Maybe overtaxing the transmission.
Probably. Because I literally had a 2017 Rebel.
Something like that.
And I had it for like 3 or 4 years. Never had an issue with it. Nothing. Ever.
But you never really did haul anything.
I did haul a couple of things.
Heavy.
Yeah, I hauled a couple of things.
What?
Adina's camping trailer. Remember, we had to drive up to like North Bay or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say that was heavy, but it had some weight to it.
It had some weight, and I hauled the water tank.
Yeah, it's not heavy
which
either.
is not heavy, but I never ever had people that say, "Oh, transmission go." No.
You're probably just hauling too much.
You're probably overtaxing it, and you're too stupid to realize it. And when something blows, instead of going, "Hey, that's my fault," no, it's the fucking company's fault. No,
yeah, the transmission failed on you.
No, it's because you hauled something that was probably probably double the weight.
Could have. You never know.
So yeah,
or it's just the luck of the draw. Maybe they just got a bad transmission.
So I'm essentially looking at a new vehicle, one that the stereo works, the Bluetooth can work on, and all that. Because I find the Bluetooth is really a problem. Because if I get a phone call like from my brother, my dad, or a text from someone when I'm driving,
a girlfriend.
I don't have a girlfriend, and she doesn't text me.
Oh.
She doesn't text me. She messages me on Messenger.
Oh.
And that doesn't come up.
Oh.
But whenever they call me, I can't answer it. So I either have to stop.
Because up here in Canada, it's illegal.
Yeah, I have to stop, pull over. You have to put your car in the park, and then answer it.
Technically, yes. You don't have to, but...
and I have done it a couple times driving down the road and message back. You shouldn't do it. Now, I don't do it on the highway. I do it on the side roads, and there's no cars around. But it's just something for me that I just don't like. I bought a truck. The truck has the ability to do it.
But
now it doesn't.
So, yeah.
So, yeah.
And depending on when he does this, maybe I'll trade my vehicle in with his and really cut down on the...
Yeah, you could. But if I am going to do this, it'll probably be before I move.
Okay. And then eventually maybe I'll trade it in on something for myself too.
Maybe a motorcycle.
I don't have an M.
Okay.
I don't have a need for a motorcycle.
Okay, what if I
don't want the M?
Okay, what if
then you buy the motorcycle and I'll get the truck.
You can't. Because your credit sucks.
So anyway, so essentially that's where we're at.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Jordan may be on his way out.
Yes. Despite what some people in my family are trying to fight with me about and how I should just stay there because it's a job and you have seniority. Well, seniority doesn't mean much. And to be perfectly honest, ladies and gentlemen, when you have a job...
and you don't like it?
And you really don't like it, you really don't care. I will personally admit that there are days where I literally will wake up and I literally spend the next 30 to 45 minutes laying in bed thinking of a reason not to go to work.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the only reason why I'm going to work is because I have...
no reason not to.
I have bills that have to be paid. If I didn't have these bills or as many bills as I do, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's why I left my last job. Because I, after a while, didn't like it.
And
wasn't happy there.
And unfortunately, the department I'm in is supposed to be a starting position.
Yeah, so there's no down. There's only up.
Yeah.
But he can't go up because he did go for an interview, which I think we said on a last video, that he was supposed to go to a interview with another department.
Yep.
He did go to that interview.
Yep.
But obviously the way he's talking...
They pretty much said that if anyone comes in with experience
with accounting...
accounting...
of any kind.
Of any kind, they're going to outdo you. Or if someone puts their name in who doesn't have as many... red marks,
black marks,
whatever you want to call them in your file, they'll get it. So essentially he said there's really a very slim, if no chance at all, that I'll ever get it. And he pretty much stated that, yeah, you're pretty much stuck and dead where you are.
Yeah.
And I've been there for 8 years, and my original goal when I signed up for this company was never to stay in this department.
No.
And for the last 8 years, I have been putting my name in for job after job after job.
Even to different towns and cities and terminals.
When we lived in Sudbury, I put my name in for the Sudbury town.
I
once put my name in for a Thunder Bay position.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, back when I first got there. Working in the dock. I've never heard... I don't even hear back now from these people. I have to chase them down to go, are we interviewing? Is it still open? Am I in the running? And they pretty much all go, no, we're going to go with someone else.
Yeah, because he just doesn't have that experience.
And unfortunately, none of them will give me the experience.
No.
I even said, well, what if I go to classes to learn how to drive a forklift, to get my forklift?
Which he can do. To get his own ticket.
Yeah, your ticket for forklift. And I said, if I get that and I put my name in for a dark working position...
It does increase the chance?
And they pretty much said, well, no, not really, because if someone comes in...
Who has experience.
Even 1 day experience but doesn't have a ticket, we'll take that person over you all the time.
Yes.
So essentially, he
has to get the ticket and get the experience before they even look at him.
And I asked, like, well, can I come and get some experience? Like, I'll come in after my shift. I'll come in on weekends, just for an hour, just to learn.
Putt around, whatever.
Whatever. And they said, well, no, we really don't have time for that.
Yes.
So essentially, no one's willing to give me the opportunity to learn the experience, to get the experience, to move to the other departments.
Yeah.
So essentially, I'm dead as a duck.
I was lucky I could get those stock jobs if I really wanted to.
Yes.
Because I got the experience. I was lucky when I got my A, and my first job was when they hired me, they also gave me forklift ticket.
And he actually did at times when he delivered stuff or was working, he had to work on the dock to help. By himself. So he has the experience. So he could go and easily get a dock job.
If I wanted to.
But I don't. I can't get, they won't help me get that experience. So essentially, like I said, I'm dead like a duck.
Where he is.
And it's pointless for me to even try to move now. And unfortunately, it's either I stay where I am for the rest of my life, miserable.
Well, not necessarily the rest of your life. Like by the time these managers move out in 20 years, 30 years,
I'll still be there for a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, but he'll be in his
40s.
50s.
I'll be like
50s, 55. Maybe 60s.
Getting close to retirement myself.
He might be able to move.
I might be able to move to, and I'm like...
Might be the operative word.
So, and I'm like, essentially...
He's going to be looking at retirement.
And so, essentially, I'm literally at the point where I'm going to be... I'm thinking 30 years in the same department with no opportunity of moving up.
Or down.
Because
there's no down.
No opportunities to...
Or left or right.
I'll make as little money as possible at this company because they don't pay you a whole lot of money in my department because...
It's a starter.
It's a starting department. You're not supposed to make a lot of money. You're supposed to work up to another department and there.
You make the more money.
But I've never been ever given that opportunity, even though I keep putting my name in for these. I've even put my name in for other departments that have like the same roles as me. They still say no.
Well, so they did offer you once or twice to go to customer service, but you always turned it down because you always said, well, it's the same job I'm doing now. Yeah. But that was before you got all these black marks on in the last month or two.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And unfortunately, the black marks are...
now going to kill them.
Are going to kill me. And before anyone asks, they're absolute bullshit. I'm not going to get into why I have them. But... at the end of the day, it's literally the managers changed rules partway through the year, didn't tell us,
and then get mad,
and then started pointing their fingers at me and other people, saying, "Well, you didn't meet these parameters." Well, we weren't told about these. Well, that doesn't matter. So essentially, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So anywho, The company I work for is bullshit. If I do decide to leave this company, I'm probably going to do a video and tell you and explain to you just how bad the company really is. Or how good I think the company was and could be again.
And possibly tell you where he's going next.
Yes.
Because hopefully by the time he decides goodbye, he knows where he's going hello.
Yes. Essentially, if I'm going to leave the company, I'm going to make sure I already have another job. Somewhere, either lined up or I'm going to be starting it within in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll keep you updated.
Yes.
So, we didn't go through a lot of chit chat this time. So,
well, if you remember the last video, it was at the end of the video we did all the chit chat.
So in this episode, is called Dagger of the Mind.
Yes.
Which is a pretty interesting episode. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. A little bit different, but not bad.
But yet, this is episode, I believe, 10.
Yes.
The 9th video, because we didn't really do the very, very, very first one, which is the original pilot.
Yep.
So it's actually episode 10, but it's actually episode 9. I know you're confused, but stick with us. In all these videos, we still have not seen shields up, I don't think.
Nope.
Or any weapons being shot. Phasers from the ship or torpedoes.
Nope, not a thing.
And if I recall from the next episode, I don't think it's in that one too.
No, it's not until episode 14 is when I think it starts.
Maybe.
Unless they do it in ones before that, but 14 I know for sure.
Yes. Which is a good episode.
We'll talk.
It's a very classic episode, but we'll either talk
about
that later or when we get closer to it. So we are doing Dagger of the Mind. So the synopsis.
Oh God.
Of this episode is, the Enterprise is dropping off supplies to a penal colony, and they're obviously bringing back samples. But in this sample box, which is a pretty big sample box, is an escaped inmate from a psychiatric
ward,
I guess.
So if you actually watch the episode
and going back, and then they got to bring this inmate back, investigate, and find out that it's actually a brainwashing
cult
thing.
People, doctor, whatever.
You
never really find out why he started doing that. Almost like he got power hungry.
It probably turned out that way. Because it's basically hypnosis.
Yes.
Which is basically what they're saying is you're trying to put a suggestion in somebody's mind to say, instead of stabbing somebody to death and liking it,
bend them over and take it off the tailpipe.
No. Oh. You, when you come up to those thoughts or have those feelings, maybe you now get extreme pain.
Yeah.
And basically make you stop thinking it or doing something.
So essentially they begin the episode loading up the supplies.
So we have a ship flyby first. So there's a container that we are showing at the beginning. It's called it's going to the destination of the Tantalus Penal Colony. Attention, Dr. Tristan Adams. It gets loaded onto the transporter pad.
Then they try to transport the stuff.
Kirk comes in, and the cargo doesn't leave. They try to beam it down, but it won't go anywhere.
No.
Almost like the guy didn't know how to work the controls there or whatever.
Yeah.
But Kirk does remind the transporter chief about the security field. And I wrote, shouldn't he know this?
Well, you see that the guy.
Yes, but still, as a transporter chief, you should be.
Well, I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was the chief.
Okay. Kirk says to possibly read up on colony procedure.
Yes.
And I said, why only colonies get a security field?
That way,
shouldn't all Federation outposts and everything get security fields? That way, no one can just beam into your colony whenever they want.
Well, you gotta remember, on a planet like this, a penal colony, do you really want a ship to fly by there and go, "Hey, I'm gonna beam up about 24 murderers and rapists and then transport them on to other planets"? No.
Well, the same thing with any other colony.
But if you
don't want to beam up your citizens or beam down enemy combatants.
But chance of that happening is slim. It's more important that you keep the criminals away.
I still think everyone should have got security
fields.
fields.
What you thinking, what reality is two different things.
So anyway, somebody comes out of this box that got beamed up.
Yeah.
It's a pretty huge box, They're supposed to be bringing up the samples. Now, they didn't say what kind of samples, I don't think. And they didn't say how big these samples are. But this box is huge. It's like, big enough, obviously, for a person to hide in.
Oh, yeah. So, about the size of a magician box?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
That they would open up and, he's not inside.
I was thinking, that's an awfully big box for a couple samples. Why don't you just say person size? Look inside, there could be somebody in there.
Well, you're not expecting it.
But the size of the box, you should be.
Why?
Because they can.
But no one's expecting it.
But they can get into the box, so you should be expecting the unexpected. Especially with crazies running around. Gaga! Gaga!
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
What was that for?
For being an idiot.
So then after Tech has his back to this box, and this man, because this random guy just pops out.
Yeah, we don't know his name yet.
This man knocks the Tech out.
Yep.
He tries to leave, but two crewmen walk by, and he pulls himself in, and that's basically the end of and then we go into the intro.
Yes.
That's essentially what the first beat up to the intro
section is. Yes.
So after the intro, we have a captain's log, stardate 2715.1. He says, exchanged cargo with colony without going down.
Yes.
I guess that's a pretty big thing, I guess. So we're on the bridge. Kirk tells Bones he would have liked to meet this Dr. Adams.
Yep. Who's the head of the place?
I guess. Apparently, he has done some good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of good things for the penal colonies. Kirk is admiring his success, and Bones is kind of like...
And Bones thinks these colonies are cages.
Yes.
And Kirk tells him they're more like resorts now.
Yes.
Apparently, they are quite nice, I guess.
Yes.
Compared to what they used to be.
Yeah.
So a ship then gets a message from the colony about a missing inmate, and he's dangerous.
Yes.
So I think he should have been under more security or guard, especially around the box.
Again,
human-sized box.
They don't expect.
But they knew he was dangerous.
They're all dangerous.
So they should all have extra security, especially around a man-sized box. They do,
but you also have to remember, this criminal is intelligent. They literally say that. He's intelligent and dangerous. You give a guy enough time, and if he's smart enough, he'll find a way, regardless of how much security you have.
I think we could have cut down the chances by
But at the end of the day, you also got to remember, the force field is supposed to stop from transporting.
Not if he's in the box. So this inmate I start calling him inmate here.
Yeah.
Changes into the Tech's uniform. The guy he knocked out at the beginning before the intro.
Yep.
Then the colony says that he may have hidden in the box beamed up.
Mm-hmm. So
Kirk calls for alert condition 3.
I just called it code 3.
Yeah. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we really learned the codes.
No. So in the halls, a random crewman in a yellow shirt or gold shirt yells at the inmate to stop, and inmate runs away.
Because he says you're engineering.
I said, now, how he doesn't know he's not an engineer? Like, there's supposed to be like 300 people on this crew. And you're telling me this one guy knows specifically that this tech guy is not an engineer?
Probably with the clothes he was wearing.
He's a gold shirt.
Yeah, the gold shirt looked at the criminal who was wearing the red suit, and he probably went, that's an engineering suit.
Yeah.
So that's why he said...
How does he know that he was an engineer?
Okay, we're getting confused here. The gold shirt said to the criminal, hey, you're supposed to be in engineering.
Okay.
They were in a hallway.
Yeah.
So they were nowhere near engineering.
We don't know that.
Yes, we do.
But how does the guy in the yellow shirt not know that guy was not an engineer?
Because the way he was dressed, he knew he was an engineer.
Yeah, so why did he have to ask him? How did...
He said, hey, you're an engineer. And then the guy ran, which is an instant sign of, this guy's not belonging here.
I think he was asking, like, hey, you... No, he was saying, hey... He was saying, hey...
Ow!
He was saying, hey, you.
To stop him, and he ran.
And he ran, so... Why did he try to stop him? How do we know he wasn't...
Because he probably knew he was going the wrong way.
Maybe.
Sorry, Ryan doesn't use common sense sometimes.
I do.
No, you don't.
So the crewman calls the bridge.
Yeah, I never understood that part. I'm chasing the guy, but I'm going to stop and go,
and
hello?
Report that someone in Section C, Deck 14... And someone in engineering uniform.
Yeah. Like, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't stop to make that call. I would have chased after him in case he got to something important.
And then called security.
Like, security to, I don't know, the mess hall, the criminals in there.
So anyway, this inmate guy, he's running around the ship. He's hiding.
Ducking and weaving.
And then he takes out the security guy. So this random security guy is walking down there.
Well, because the cook asked for security for the floor.
I know what he's doing down there. Because Spock said, like,
he
says that we're getting security in that entire section and we're going to find him.
So the
guy's walking down there.
Now,
he doesn't look in the direction of the bad guy. He's looking around.
Now, essentially...
Ooh, look at the ceiling. Kapoof! Takes him out.
All the security guy had to do was go...
There he is!
No, he went...
Oh, look at the ceiling.
And the guy came up from behind him. The security guy was not doing very good security.
Yes, that's why I wrote, he took him out pretty easily.
Yeah, he was a red shirt. What do you expect?
That is true.
Red shirts are not the brightest in this series.
So, on the bridge, Kirk calls the colony and talks to Adams and is confirmed inmate is aboard.
Yes.
Because they now say that security guy is missing.
Yep.
So then a security guy comes onto the bridge.
Yes.
Kirk and Bones quickly look to the turbo lift, but calm down when it's a red shirt. Now, I'm going to assume that they were really thinking it was the
criminal.
The criminal. And I'm thinking, shouldn't if you're calling for security 3, whether it's the top or the bottom, shouldn't major areas be sealed off? You know, engineering, bridge, weapons, maybe auxiliary control, maybe shuttlecrafts, maybe not. That could be iffy. Transporter rooms. No, anything to try and contain him out of dangerous areas where he could do damage.
Yeah, you would think, but
apparently they go, he won't come to the bridge.
Well, who would be crazy enough to try to take a bridge? One guy.
Well, apparently this guy is, because he does. So the inmate does eventually come onto the bridge.
Yep.
Takes out the red shirt and asks who is the captain.
Yeah, he's looking.
Who is the El Capitan?
Yeah, who's the captain?
The inmate tells Kirk his name is... Now, I originally said Van Helder.
No,
it's actually Van Gelder.
It sounded like Van Helder the first time.
It did sound like Van Helder,
it
but
wasn't
Van with a
Gelder.
G, Gelder.
And
wants asylum, but goes in pain when saying his name.
Yes.
Because Kirk does ask, like, who the hell are you?
Yes.
But Kirk says at gunpoint.
Yes. The guy wants out and he doesn't want to go back to the penal colony. Now, when you first see this, at this time, we think he's an inmate. He's a criminal. Of course, a criminal doesn't want to go back to fucking jail.
Yes. So this Van Helder wants Kirk to promise not to take him back to Tantalus. Now you're thinking, well, why not? But you're also thinking, well, crazies don't really want to go back.
They don't want to go back into a cell. They want to be crazy.
Yeah, but Kirk says no promise. He won't make that promise.
No.
So Van Helder says if he doesn't promise, he will destroy the Enterprise by destroying the control panel.
Yes.
And I said, must be other ways to control besides one panel.
True. Well,
because he said he was going to destroy an engineering panel, I think.
Well, we do know there is a secondary bridge.
Yes.
So, because
but he says, I'm going to destroy this one panel and you're going to all die.
Yes. So, I'm assuming
I would imagine that all somebody has to do is go, oh, that panel was destroyed by someone. Let's hit this button and we will now activate it from here.
Yeah,
and it will now
I guess it depends on if it runs life support. Maybe it'll take...
He never did say what...
Yeah.
I don't think he said what it controlled and what he was going to do.
No.
So, Kirk goes into action, Kirk.
Yeah.
Kirk kicks gun out of this
inmate's hand. And
Spock's neck pinches him. Which I think is the first time you see it. I think.
No. He did it against the bad cook.
Oh, yes.
If I remember correctly.
And then Kirk has him sent to sickbay.
Yes.
In sickbay, we have Bones reports that inmate isn't very talkative or coherent.
Yes.
Apparently he's just doing a lot of mumbling. Yeah. And Bones would like to study him.
Yes, because the guy's acting very weird and he's constantly in pain.
Only when he tries to say his name.
Or information about the planet.
Or himself.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about later. Yes. Inmate seems to go into pain when he tries to say his name or occupation or his education.
Yeah.
Basically anything about himself causes him immense pain. And then inmate goes into a fit and Bones has to knock him out.
Yes.
And so back on the bridge.
Yep.
Spock reports that in 57 minutes, 30 seconds, they're going to be at Tantalus.
Now, at this point, also, the guy, they finally did get the name of the guy.
Yes, that's right. In the previous sickbay scene, he was able to get his name out, which he said was Dr. Simon Van Gelder. Not Helder, Gelder.
And he was a doctor at the penal colony.
At the penal colony.
So now he is in pain while he's saying this. But
he was able to get it in.
But he was able to fight through the pain enough to go, my name is Doctor, So when Cook gets back to the bridge, Spock
tells him, like, how long? And he says, like, we have whole tapes on this guy.
Yeah, like this, like he's not making this up.
Dr. Sam Van Gelder has a whole tape record on him.
Yes.
Assigned to Tantalus 6 months ago as Dr. Adams' associate.
Yeah. So literally, this is showing that this guy is not making this up. He is a doctor. He's a very well-known doctor, accomplished doctor. They know about him. They have information about him,
and they knew he was sent there.
So now
he didn't go there as a crazy.
No.
He was there as a doctor.
Now at this point, you can kind of see Cook is starting to get a little more.
Well, then what happened to the doc?
Yeah, it's no longer like, okay, we're just dropping this guy off. Now he's kind of going, okay, what happened to this guy? If this guy is supposed to be a doctor, he's supposed to be really good.
What happened?
What has caused him to have this mental break, essentially, you could say?
So after we get all this information, Kirk says ship to surface.
Yep.
Why he has to say that? Why didn't you just say contact Tantalus? But he says ship to surface communication to Tantalus colony. Kirk asks to talk to Dr. Adams.
Yep.
Adams asks if anyone is hurt or injured and calls the inmate Dr. Van Gelder.
Yep.
Now, I was going to think, well, maybe this Adams guy was going to say, like, this inmate Billy Bob
is making this all up
or something. But no, he admits that, no, he's Dr. Van Gelder. He did come here as my associate 6 months ago.
Yeah, and he was a very intelligent man. He was a very good doctor.
Until he, I guess, lobotomized himself.
Yeah.
Adams reports that Van Gelder tried an experimental beam on himself before trying it on inmates. So apparently this doctor is one of those doctors that go, I'm not going to try it on an inmate until I try it on myself. Yeah, I won't put somebody else through something that I haven't done myself.
Exactly. Which in some ways I think for a doctor is
could be a good thing.
Is a good thing, but in this case, this is one of those he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
He should have bought in like I don't know. A computer.
So Adams is saying like he tried this beam on himself. He lobotomized himself or whatever.
Yeah.
Bones arrives on the bridge and says that what Adams is saying isn't exactly true.
True. There's holes in this.
But Bones doesn't believe Adams, but can't explain or has proof of why he doesn't believe him.
And Cook does believe Adams because Cook is also going, Adams is this great doctor. He's done all these great...
He's kind of, famous blinded? When you see a famous person and... Star-crossed, I guess?
I think it's called something like that.
When you see a famous person and they're saying like this guy raped people all the time, and you go, well, it can't be that guy. You know, he's this famous guy.
Yeah,
he doesn't do that. Spock says to ask if Adams want Van Gelder back. You know, if Adams says like, no, you can fucking have him, do whatever you want with him.
Yeah.
Then obviously they aren't that worried about him.
No.
But if they say like, no, we need him back here as quickly as possible, then okay, I'm gonna keep him quiet or something.
Yes.
But Adams does say if the Enterprise is passing by any hospitals with superior equipment or facilities,
drop him off.
Drop him off there, and because he deserves the best treatment he can. Now,
when you hear that, you're
going, oh, so he must have a real problem.
Yeah, and
like he really wants to help him.
Yeah.
But right in the next line, Bones says they aren't near any hospitals. Their patrol route doesn't make them near any hospitals that are any better.
Yeah.
And Tantalus is the only one in the sector that is the best.
Yeah.
Hospital.
So Bones is like, he knows there's no other. This guy knows he's the only choice we got.
Yes, and so he's trying to sound like, oh, I care about him, really want to help him, but he knows that he's the only one that's good enough, or maybe even the only one in the sector
who could probably do anything.
And so he knows they have to come back.
Yes.
So Bones also says that he'll put into his medical report his suspicions And that will force Kirk to answer the suspicions in his own report.
So essentially, because Kirk is going, well, we'll just drop him off and we'll leave.
We'll kick him out the airlock there and we'll be on our merry way.
So essentially, Bones saying that I'm going to put this in my log, which is going to force you to report it, is pretty much forcing Kirk to go, all right, I'll investigate.
I will have to now go down there and actually investigate.
Now, you would think Cook would get mad about this, but in many ways, Cook is kind of going, okay. Like, I think it's more because Cook gets to go and meet the doctor at first.
That, and I think he was kind of suspicious to begin with.
And just Bones doing this is just saying, okay, now if an admiral or someone asks me, I can literally go, well, the doctor made me. I have no choice.
So after that, Kirk tells Adams he has to now do a report and will have to beam down to the surface to investigate.
And Adams is like, yeah, fine. Come on down.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. So we're going into orbit. We do another captain's log. Stardate 2715.2.
And
Orbit Tantalus 5.
Yes.
To do standard investigation and report as per medical report log.
Yes. So they're making sure the medical report.
So he does know that
Bones
has made that report.
So again, it's literally just they're covering each other's butts.
So Kirk does tell Bones, he's gonna beam down, and he has to send somebody down there who has a medical and psychological treatment background.
Because Cook does not have any of that.
No, so he wants somebody who knows what is happening down there.
Yes, so Spock Bones kind of grins and goes, "I got somebody."
So he does say that this Dr. Noel is waiting in the transporter room,
and Cook's like,
"Great, okay, good." Kirk and Spock leave for the transporter room now.
Now, when you see them leave,
I was assuming Kirk and Spock and this Dr. Noel were going down.
So did I.
And Jordan instantly said, so you're telling me you're going to send the first officer, the captain and the first officer, and some random doctor down to this planet.
Literally the two most important people.
Into an unknown, possible dangerous situation.
Like, let's send the two most high-ranking people, the two most important people on this ship. We're going to send them down to an unknown planet, to an unknown location, with unknown dangers.
Yes, and I agreed with him because in most episodes you always have the three main people. You got Captain Kirk, Spock, and Dr. McCoy.
The three most important people, the ones with the most experience, the most.
Yeah, you got your chief medical officer, you got your captain, and your first officer.
Yes.
The only person you don't have there is your chief engineer, but sometimes he goes down there too.
Yes.
And, sometimes you got your communications officer. On a few occasions, has gone.
So essentially, at times, you'll send like the five most important people on the ship down.
Yeah.
Now, which
lead departments.
Yeah. Which lead departments.
So if you guys get captured or get killed, you're leaving lesser people who don't know.
Like, let's face it, if something happened to Scotty if he was on a planet, you would have to go to the next in line and engineer. And don't get me wrong, he's probably a very good engineer.
But he's no Scotty.
But he doesn't know the ship as well as Scotty. Scotty knows that ship, like he has said. I know that ship like the back of my hand.
Bunk.
Yeah.
So we end up in the transporter room. Kirk looks at the transporter pad and sees Dr. Helen Noel. Now, as soon as I heard Dr. Noel, I never heard of this person, but I thought, you watch, this is going to be an attractive woman of some kind.
And she was.
And it seems that Kirk possibly met her or knows her from some before.
Because the minute he turns around and sees that it's her, his whole posture kind of goes, oh crap.
I know you.
I know you.
And all I wrote was attractive woman.
Yes. Now, You don't really know what's going on with those two. You never really...
But they apparently have some history or a story or something.
Not a sexual history.
That we know of.
Yes.
So anyway, this Dr. Noel says that they met at the science lab Christmas party. And Kirk dropped in and she asks if he remembers. And Kirk seems to want to keep it all hush-hush or a secret. Or for no one to know or hear about it.
Yeah.
So apparently whatever happened at this Christmas party, apparently he wants to keep it all hush.
Now, while this is happening, Spock is in the room and he's looking at this, and you can see Spock's face. He's going...
I see... I'm reading your face and I know something happened. I don't know what.
But it's also the look of, God, I wish I was there and knew...
So Spock asks if everything is all right. Kirk walks down off the pad and tells Spock that McCoy had better confirm she is the best assistant he ever had.
And then quickly walks back to the transporter and goes, okay, beam me down.
So they beam down to the planet. There's no one there to meet them. There is an open door.
Yep.
So they walk through this open door, and the door auto closes, and the room starts to drop quickly. And both Kirk and Noel hold each other. Yeah. And they're holding each other tight.
Yes. Which I can understand why, because it doesn't look like a transporter. Not a transporter. Sorry.
Turbolift.
Turbolift.
And then when the room stops, they are met by Dr. Adams. Kirk does offer his weapon, but Dr. Adams refuses. So apparently on these colonies, you're supposed to surrender your weapons.
Yes. But Dr. Adams is like, oh, no,
just keep it just hide it, keep it out of sight, you can keep it.
Yeah.
Which is...
Don't let the inmates see it.
Which is, I guess, in a way, he's trying to put them under a false sense of security.
Yes.
You know, saying like, oh, I trust you, you know, as long as you think you're armed, you will obviously think you're in control and whatever, and you're protected.
Yes.
And then a woman, just random woman, walks into the room.
I thought she was a robot, to be honest.
I thought so too. She was apparently an inmate, but is now a therapist. And I wrote, she seems so robot and emotionless.
She does.
Like, she walks in like... very robotic, like,
and her facial expression never changes.
She doesn't smile. She doesn't cry. She doesn't laugh. She doesn't scowl.
Like, she doesn't walk in and goes, "Oh, Dr. Adams, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you had someone in here." No,
he goes in and goes, "Hello, Dr. Adams. Here is whatever she brought in."
Yeah, and it was literally
like very robotic.
Thank you, Dr. Adams.
And I thought, well, maybe they're all robots.
Yeah, maybe this doctor's
maybe he took that that android making machine from whatever a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
So Kirk and Noel get a tour. Kirk wants to look at a room, but is told it was a failure by Dr. Adams.
Yes.
And wants to move on, but Kirk still wants to see it. Noel also says that they should move on, but Kirk pulls rank.
Yes.
And apparently he wants to see this room pretty bad.
So they go in and they see the room.
But in sickbay, Van Gelder talks about this neutralizer.
Yes.
Neural neutralizer. And apparently he's in pain when he's saying it too. So on the planet, Kirk is told about this neutralizer.
Sorry, no, keep going. I'm just curious about something.
Okay. Apparently this neutralizer calms the patients, but the effects are short term. Apparently they don't last very long. Did you find what you're looking for?
Yeah, I was curious. Is that how you properly spell neutralizer?
Sure.
Okay, because then I spelled it completely wrong. I thought it was that.
Neutralizer.
Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah, if you don't know,
that's fine.
I struggle to spell some words, and I was just kind of partially curious.
I don't even know if I spelled it right.
Oh, damn.
So,
okay,
but apparently this machine calms patients down, but he says the effects are short term.
Yes, and he's literally like, it's a failure. It's not that good of equipment.
And so Adams says this is where Van Gelder's accident happened here.
And apparently you're supposed to have someone in the room under the machine and someone in the control room. And he said he went in there, turned it on, and no one was here to turn it off to make sure he was safe. He just
turned it on and
left it on for too long, and it scrambled his brain.
I guess. But there is a tech there. He seems very robotic too.
Yeah, he's very his facial expression was literally like this.
Like there's
the
engine's running, but nobody's behind the wheel.
And Cook asked her how does it work, and he's like, oh, it's very simple. You turn this knob here, and you turn this knob here, and this is how you do it.
Yeah, very robotic.
And literally, I thought, well, maybe these guys are all robots.
Maybe. But as soon as they leave, the tech in the neuralizer changes the machine.
Yes.
And has the patient forget anything he heard.
Mm-hmm.
And he will have pain for trying to remember.
Yes.
So apparently...
So that's when you kind of realize, okay, there's
something bad here.
Yeah, there's something going on here.
So Kirk does contact the Enterprise, saying that he did his checks and everything. Spock asks him, when are you coming back to the ship? Kirk decides to stay the night. Yeah. I'm going to stay down here for the night. And which could be a good thing, but I also would think it's a bad thing.
Now, the minute he says that, Dr. Van Gelder?
No, Adams.
No, the one up on the ship.
Oh, yes. Yeah, when he says that in sickbay, Van Gelder starts screaming that Kirk shouldn't stay.
He starts panicking, no, don't let your captain stay. Don't let him stay. Get him off that planet.
It's dangerous. So, after that, we do another ship flyby.
Shocker!
And we get our first officer's log.
Yes.
Trying an ancient Vulcan technique to try and get into Van Gelder's mind.
Yes.
And I wrote mind melt.
Yes.
Which I think is the first time we've seen.
Now, we're going to explain that, but I also, as we're doing this, I want to just keep going, and as we're going through this, I just want to explain a little more things.
Bones wants Spock to get on with it, if it will work. Spock says that it could be dangerous. And Van Gelder says that he must do this to open his mind and see what happened.
And you actually find out Spock says that this is
it can be very dangerous, especially to non-Vulcans.
And it's also apparently a forbidden or very, almost like their mating behavior. It's very
they want to keep a very secret.
Yeah, it's not something they talk about.
Yeah. So Spock starts putting his hands on top and under this Van Gelder's face.
Now, I just want to say, if anyone has ever watched Star Trek, the movies, or Star Trek Voyager,
later series, or even Enterprise,
every time they do the Vulcan mind melt, it's always they put a hand here, and it's literally just a couple of hands around there. On this one, for the very first time, he literally has his hands all around here. It's like, why?
And I wrote different than later ways.
Yeah, way different.
So I'm assuming this is the first time I think we've seen it. So they probably are still trying to work out the best way.
In fact, probably the best mind meld, if you ever want to see what the modern mind meld looks like, watch Star Trek The Undiscovered Country. When he does the mind meld with the woman on the bridge, it's the perfect side view to literally see exactly where your fingertips have to be.
But Spock does move around and changes his hand positions.
Yeah.
And he does kind of move them into positions where they usually...
the more modern look.
Yeah.
But generally when you do the mind meld, they don't move. They don't. Stand still.
Yeah. So on the planet, Kirk walks into Noel's room and asks if the inmates seem blank or unemotional. So obviously he's seen it, same as we. Kirk wants to see that neuralizer room again. Kirk thinks Adams is lying.
Yes.
In sickbay, Van Gelder says that Adams can use the neuralizer to change minds or reshape them and erase memories, apparently.
So essentially he says that this machine gives him the power to make people think or do what he wants.
So on the planet, Kirk wants Noelle to use the neuralizer on him without causing damage, and if she can determine if it is causing damage. Yeah. And I said, you think it is a weapon, so you set yourself up in the possibility to be used on you?
Yeah, literally the captain.
Yeah, so it's like walking up to a cannon going, I want you to shoot this cannon at me now, and see if it will kill me.
Now, granted, I would say if he could have used a red shirt.
Or put some piece of technology in there.
But they don't. So Kirk sits in this chair.
So Noelle turns the machine on and then automatically shuts it off. Kirk says, anytime now, she can turn it on.
And
so
she goes,
obviously...
And she literally says, I did.
I just turned it off and on. And Noelle reports that she did, but Kirk's face went blank.
And he realizes,
so then lost time.
Then he goes, okay, well, do it again, but this time...
Suggest a harmless suggestion. So Noelle turns the machine back on and suggests he's hungry.
And literally the most harmless thing, you're hungry. And then turns it off. And then...
So once she turns it off, Kirk, after the machine turns off, says that after this, he should go raid the kitchen. Which is essentially being hungry.
Which essentially is, again, the most harmless thing you could say. And she smiles like, oh my god, it actually
I just said hungry, and it put the thought in your, thought in your brain saying that you are hungry.
And then he said, okay, do it again.
But so he goes, now suggests that they try again, but suggest something unusual so they both know it's working. Yeah. Because the hungry thing, maybe he was actually hungry. Who knows?
Yeah.
And I said, why? You both have evidence it works.
So they turn it on again, and this time...
Helen. Now she turns it on. Now she suggests that during the Christmas party that they both danced and talked about the stars. But now instead he swept Noelle off her feet and took her back to his quarters, and they both kissed and had feelings for each other.
Yes. Now, as she's saying this, she doesn't get to the end to finish it.
No. Because Adams and a tech remove her from the controls, and Adams says Kirk will now get the full demonstration. So Adams increases the intensity, and Adams says that Kirk will do anything for Noelle, including sacrificing his career and then for her. And then says that she's gone, and has Kirk remove and drop his phaser.
Yes.
And which he does. Yes. I thought he was going to shoot it.
Me too.
But he does drop it. Yes. And then Adam says that the pain will increase if he doesn't obey. So he does drop it. After dropping the phaser, Adams has Kirk drop his communicator on the floor. But... as Kirk pulls it out, he opens his communicator and calls for the Enterprise.
Now, part of me goes...
Earlier in the episode, which I didn't say in this preview, is that when he tried to contact the Enterprise the first time, it doesn't go through because of this security field.
Yes. Now, Kirk is essentially in this torture chair,
I guess.
And I think at this time, he's just... trying to get help.
Yes.
So he's more or less...
he's hoping eventually something will hear him.
Something will hear.
But Kirk gets more pain and rolls out of the chair, calling for the Enterprise, still looking at this spinning light beam, because that's all it is. It's basically a chair. You're looking...
It's about the size of this, and it's just a different light.
It's just a spinning light. It's kind of the effect that they made.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. And then Kirk confesses his years of love for Helen, because that's the thought that they put in.
Yes.
And Helen tries to get Kirk to...
Because now they're no longer in that room. They're now in quarters.
In a room, quarter room, I guess.
Kirk is laying on a bed with his eyes closed. Helen's over her with a sponge tapping his head like, come on, Kirk, wake up.
Yeah.
Captain!
So when he wakes up, he confesses his years of love for her.
And she's like...
And Helen tries to get Kirk to remember the pain and Adam's voice. And eventually he says he remembers everything.
Yeah, it's almost like he was able to fight
through the manipulation, I guess.
And he kind of went, we have to get out of here.
But then he rolls off off this chair, I guess, or whatever, on the floor. And then when he comes back up, he looks at Helen. And she thinks he's looking at her of love.
Yes.
Because he's looking at her pretty intently.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
his facial expression is kind of...
And then as he tries to get up and moves towards her, she backs up.
Yeah.
And eventually he goes past her and goes to this vent.
Yes.
And says that she could crawl through. Yeah.
He pries the vent off with her help, and he's like, okay, it's too big for me, but you should be able to get through. And that's when you kind of realize, okay, well, this machine didn't do what it was supposed to do on Cook.
Well,
Cook,
it did.
It did a little bit, but Cook is still being Cook.
Still able to fight through it.
Yes.
So after Helen goes through the vent, Kirk walks to the door, and apparently 2 techs are there with phasers.
They open up and Cook...
And walks out and says it's time for another treatment.
Yes.
And I said, nobody notices Noel gone?
Apparently not.
And not to mention, it just so happens he got there just as the techs were coming in. So Kirk is in the neuralizer. Adam says that Kirk should completely trust him.
Yes.
And believe everything he says. Now, Adam says that...
now Cook is still fighting him.
At this time, Van Gelder was crying on his hands and knees. Apparently he was begging at this point. So, and then this woman therapist walks in and says that Noel is gone.
Yes.
So, apparently somebody noticed eventually.
Yep. Now...
Adam says that Kirk asks Kirk where Helen is, but says he doesn't know.
Yeah.
That gets out of... And he gets out of the chair again and collapses on the floor.
Now, the whole time, Cook is fighting this with essentially all his brain power
that he has.
And he's doing actually a pretty fucking good job.
He is, actually. Noel does eventually reach this power room, I guess.
Power room, yep.
Because the transporter room.
Because she's got to find a way to turn the power off. That way they can get the shield down. That way the Enterprise can beam people down.
And not to mention turn off this neuralizer.
Neuralizer shit.
So the transporter room, Spock tries to break through this to the security field to either communicate or beam down. Now, and I said, isn't it called a security field to stop that and be unbreakable?
Well, I gotta imagine there's gotta be a way. And Spock is at this point he's desperate to try to get something because he knows there's something wrong.
Well, he got all that information from his mind meld.
Yeah,
so he would know like
we gotta get down.
Or the captain's gonna be lobotomized.
I gotta get to the captain.
So on the planet, Helen tries to turn off the power, but stops and hides when colony security arrive and look for her.
These security guys are about as dumb as the ones on the ship.
All of them seem to.
Because they literally look around the room, don't see anything wrong, and they wouldn't because she didn't really do a thing.
She opened up a door, tried to turn off this power, and then closed the door.
And so they wouldn't notice. So the one guy's literally walking down the hall, and she's hiding, there, where Ryan is. And he literally walks down the hall, looks over here, and keeps walking.
Yeah.
And she, from behind,
just goes around this little corner and goes back to the power. Yeah. She does shut the power off just as security finds her.
Yep.
So now that the neuralizers stopped
neuralizing
Kirk, he punches Adams and the tech as the beam gets shut off.
So Cook gets back up
but they do get Noel off the power.
Yep.
And security turns the power back on.
But little do they know is when they do that, Adams is in the room with the neuralizer on full power.
Yeah.
And nobody's there to turn it off.
Yeah. So Helen shoves the security guard into the power grid, and he's fried.
It literally fries him. So,
it shuts the power off again. So we're back in the transporter room. Transporter chief reports that the security field's down. Spock has Bones get some security and follow him down. And I said, into a dangerous, unknown situation with no security.
Yep.
Your first officer.
Yep.
Like, where is the logic in that?
Now, he beams down to pretty much where Helen was.
Yeah.
Helen's gone now. She's gone back into the...
Helen takes the phaser and goes back into the vents. Spock beams down to the power room and knocks off a small lock. Like, he only hit it once, so it wasn't very secure.
What? He's a Vulcan. Remember, he's supposed to be super strong.
Okay. Turns off the security field, and I said, wasn't it just down? How did Spock get down if it was still up?
That's something I cannot explain. Only thing I can figure is maybe backup power. That way it couldn't come back on or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
And I said the little lock didn't require much to break.
Well, you gotta remember, he's probably 3 times stronger than a human.
Well, that's what they say, I guess. So Spock turns the power back on, and I said, shouldn't the short circuit of security guy, it shouldn't work at all now?
It shouldn't, no.
But yet, it seems to keep working. It's one of those power grids, I guess, that takes a kicking and keeps on licking.
I guess.
Or takes a licking and keeps on kicking, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Adams is now on the neutralizer's effect, with no one at the controls. Helen calls from a vent, and Kirk stops. And Kirk starts to kiss Helen passionately as Spock walks into the room.
And Helen's like, no.
This is not who you are. This is what Adams did to you. So Helen says that Adams did this to him. Kirk then remembers about Adams.
And realizes he's in the neuralizer room.
Yeah, so as he comes back to the neuralizer room, we see security rounding up all the staff and inmates.
Yep.
So Bones did beam down with security. They're starting to take everybody into custody, I guess. Kirk walks into the neuralizer room, turns it off, the machine, and Bones reports that Adams is dead due to a machine emptying his mind for a long time.
Yes. Now,
so essentially, it erased everything. Nothing was put back in. Now, it doesn't say how he died. It just said that it emptied his mind.
Now, the only thing I can figure that reason why he died is...
With no mind, essentially, his brain
body wouldn't remember how to breathe.
I guess.
That's the only thing I figure is that it emptied his mind and his body went, well, I don't know how to breathe now.
Which is all I could think of.
Yes. And so he died.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So after that, we do another ship flyby.
Yep.
Kirk walks onto the bridge. I thought he seemed awfully robotic-y when he...
I kind of thought he looked a little off, but he's a little off. Yeah.
So Spock reports that Van Gelder says the room is dismantled and the technology is destroyed.
Yes.
Bones says, how can a man die from loneliness? And Kirk is still very upset or unsettled by this. And Kirk says, not when you sit in that room.
Yes.
And then Kirk orders to leave orbit and proceed to warp factor 1.
Yes.
And that's the end of the episode.
You can tell at the end there when he says you don't know that until you've been in that room. Kirk is very shaken still from
that
experience.
That something could happen to you and you don't even know.
Yeah, you don't even remember. And unfortunately, for me, I was curious. You don't know how he was able to fight it so well when others couldn't. Was he
just strong-minded?
Strong-minded.
Who knows?
And I'm also kind of curious, did he have to go back into that machine to stop him from feeling pain whenever Helen wasn't around? Because they
never did explain that, or did they remove her so he didn't have to do that? Who knows?
It could be because they never
did answer that.
Adam said, if she's not around, you're in pain.
Yes.
So did they have to strap him back in there and go, okay, forget everything like that?
Who knows?
You don't know.
But anyway, that's the end of the episode. The next episode it's called the Carbomite Maneuver, which is I find a very interesting story.
Never heard of it.
It's a very straightforward story. It's only on the Enterprise. There's no planets. Mm-hmm. And I would probably guess that 99% of the episode is on the bridge.
Which means we won't have to stop and pause it as much because we're not jumping from place to place.
You may get the odd scene in sickbay or engineering.
Yeah.
But for most of it, it's on the bridge.
So essentially, you won't be pausing it every 30 seconds.
Well, I don't stop it every 30 seconds.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
For a 48-minute long episode, it'll take you anywhere from 2 to 3 hours.
Well, I'm trying to get detailed information.
So that's what I mean. On this episode, because there's not a lot of jumping around, we shouldn't have to take 2 to 3 hours.
I would hope not.
Me too.
But anyway, that will be next
week's.
I don't know if we'll get one out for next week, unless we record another one here soon.
Yeah. What time is it?
It is just after 4.
Probably not.
Yeah, so probably next week we probably won't get one out again. No. Unfortunately, sorry. It'll have to be the weekend after.
Yes.
We'll get one out, and we got to try and stay consistent with this. But,
yes.
Unfortunately, with his way things are going with him, and me obviously not living with him and living further away, and only being able to come here on weekends, it's not
runs some issues.
Yeah, it may become bigger issues if Jordan decides to come back living in Sudbury with me in a camper. Now, it may actually we might be able to get consistent then because we're obviously going to be together all the time, always being there. But it could also be harder because we gotta because we're gonna be
in a trailer.
Because we got in a trailer. Unfortunately, you can't really have a separate room of a computer.
No.
So in order to do this, we got to set everything up. Do the recording and then dismantle everything.
Yes.
But actually, this podcast probably we could do it a little bit more consistent because all we need is the phone, a tower.
Well, if you
and
think about it,
mic.
to do the podcast, camping trailer, we'll sit on a couch essentially and record it, and you got your laptop. Now the tricky, same with our group channel, will be just as easy. Which actually in some ways our group one, because we'll be in a trailer, we could do stuff outside.
Yes, we could do a lot more outside.
The trickiest thing that's going to happen if we do go into a trailer will be our single channels. Because not so much for Ryan because he can use his laptop.
Yes.
It's going to be me. If you have watched our group channel, you know I built a computer.
Yes.
And I really...
Custom computer.
Yes, and that's not something I want to sell or get rid of.
No.
Which means I'd have to find a way to install it into a trailer with 1 or 2 monitors.
Yes. And
try to work with that.
Yes, and he would have to set it up, do his recording, and then dismantle it
every day. Or I shouldn't say every day, but if I was going to record on a Saturday, I could leave it up for the Saturday, Sunday.
Probably.
But I would have to take it down Sunday night.
Yeah.
Which means over the week, Monday to Friday, if I have to do something, I have to set it up and take it down that day.
Yes.
Which I can do, it's going to take longer.
Yeah.
Now, when I say that, the tower, the way I'm thinking I could do it in a trailer, the tower I could probably leave where I think I could put it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the monitors, because on most trailers have a table.
Yes.
With, because we're looking at probably either a fifth wheel or non. Probably a fifth wheel. But they have chairs that are like bar chairs like these. They're movable. They're not. It's not a solid thing that you can fold down into a bed. So I could put the brain up against the wall, up against the wall, and leave it there. Here's the kitchen, here's the wall. Put the tower there. The computer monitors, I'd have to bolt it to the table. So every time we have to do something, I got unbolt the thing and put it. I could leave the tower probably where it is.
Maybe.
I may have to modify some things, but it would be mostly the monitors that would be in the way all the time.
Yes.
And of course the mouse and keypad.
Yes. So by the time you see this, it will be well into June.
Yes. Hopefully by then, I either know if I'm staying or going, and we might actually do it. Maybe if you want to, I'm thinking about going over to Sudbury in a little bit. Maybe what we'll do is go look at trailers and see just
what's out there.
Because don't get me wrong, looking online is great, but me and Ryan are more visual people. Like looking at a picture is fine, but we are more of a let's go there, let's sit in the chair, let's fold out the bed to see.
Because some of the pictures kind of look like stock pictures.
Yes.
Not physical pictures of what is physically there.
Yes.
And pictures can sometimes give you a false sense of depth.
Yeah, because
it may look like, like I got like 6 feet of room, when no, you only got like 4 feet.
Yes. So, and I want to look at some of the trailers because, like I said, how I'm thinking I could set up my computer, I want to be able to sit in the living room at the table and go, can I put that there? And will there still be room? Or am I thinking complete shit and it's not going to work?
And see if we can get one that can comfortably accommodate our TV.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest issue. Everyone I see can only hold a 40-inch TV.
Yeah, and unfortunately we got a 65.
Yes.
So we either have to modify something
or get a smaller TV, which I really don't want to do.
No, because we got a nice TV.
We would have to find a way to modify something or find a trailer that can handle that big.
Maybe just get a bigger wall bracket or something.
Yes.
Maybe.
Which, that might be the simple thing. They may say, the bracket can hold 40, but you can upgrade the bracket to a 70 or an 80 or a 60, whatever.
So, yeah, because we do want to because we're going to need the TV to continue on our podcast here, because we got to watch the rest of the Star Trek episodes.
Yes.
And obviously, Jordan, I'm going to assume you're going to want to bring or get a new Starlink.
I'll probably just bring the Starlink that's here. Because why buy another one when I can just pop that off and...
That means you got to go back up there, right?
I know. Yes. I know.
This is fun!
No. I know. I will go up there. If I have to leave here and live in a trailer, I'm taking my internet with me because it will work on the trailer. And as far as me and Ryan are concerned, we have never had any issues with this.
No. Starlink has so far been quite well.
Yes. It's probably one of the best internets, I think.
Especially for out here in the rural area.
And I personally think it will work fantastic.
It's possible, yeah.
The only issue we may have is with it on a trailer is how to get it inside the trailer.
Well, that's easy. We'll just pop it off.
No. How do I run the line from outside to inside the trailer?
Oh, okay. I got you now.
That's what I mean.
Well, I wonder if trailers today, do they have a hookup for that kind of stuff?
No, they don't.
Like who goes out and doesn't have Wi-Fi? You get a teenager today that doesn't get Wi-Fi, they think the sky's falling.
That's true.
So I got to imagine somebody must have been thinking about, maybe we can hook up either our own Wi-Fi or have just a connection so somebody can hook up their own Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Go through a connector on the outside and the one on the inside. And
there's got to be a way.
I would think so. The other option would be to just cut a slit in the screen of a window and slide it in there.
Yeah, and tape it.
That would be the other option, or slide it through a door or something.
Yeah.
If you don't really want to cut, because I don't really want to cut a screen if I don't have to.
Me too. There's got to be a way, but that might be something we need to
ask or see if what's out there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure parents or people have campers and they must have internet of some kind, I would think.
I know I've watched people on YouTube living in RVs full time, and the one couple I know for a fact, they use Starlink in their camper.
Oh, do they?
They set it on the ground or they put it on top of their camper. Okay. But they use Starlink. Now, I've never seen how they run it inside the trailer, but it's a fifth wheel trailer. And so
it's got to come in some way.
They got to have a way to get it in somehow.
The cable in somehow, yeah.
So there must be a way, so I'm thinking trailers that either made it possible, or we got to find a way to
modify it ourselves.
Which, if we got to modify it ourselves, we will. It's not something we
really want to, because you'll never really get a true 100% seal like it is brand new.
Now, but if
we can get it pretty close.
But if they have a way to do it, like they built the trailer to accommodate this, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Then great. But no, this we probably will have to take a look at it, because like Ryan has said and I said, that I'm not happy with my job. And
so unless
something changes,
like they come up to him on Monday and say, guess what, Jordan? We're going to start paying you $30 an hour because you guys are working
our asses off and doing the jobs of 2 to 3 departments most days.
Yes. And we're going to compensate you for that.
Yeah.
Then, obviously...
Now, granted, we both know companies are not going to do that because, let's face it, most companies don't care about the employees.
No, they're looking at their bottom line.
Yes.
So chances are I think this time, I know I don't know if I've ever said this on a video before, but he's always, every couple months, he usually goes, yeah, I want to leave, and I think I might move back to Sudbury and live on a trailer with you or something, and then like a week or two later, he goes, nah, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to stay where I am, and me, personally, I think I would have left a long time ago. He's stayed in it a lot longer than I think he should have. But starting to think he might be getting to the end of his rope on this.
Yeah. And plus, on top of that, surprisingly, RV trailers are actually not that expensive anymore.
No.
To live in.
It's I shouldn't say way. It's super, 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 extremely cheaper than rent.
Yes. If you think about if you remember our apartment that we used to live in, we were paying there at the end almost a little more than $1,800 a month.
Was it?
Yeah. We were just about to start paying a little more than $1,800 a month, but we moved out before it officially kicked in. So we were paying like $1,790 or something like that. And if you look at it, an RV trailer, even a 30-foot RV trailer, you're spending, at least the one website I've looked at, you're spending like maybe $160 to $240 a month on a trailer. A month. Let's go with the most expensive one. The most expensive one I think I saw was $320 a month. That's $80 a week. So you're essentially spending $360 a month to live in a 30-foot trailer that literally comes with a fridge, stove, microwave, sink, air conditioning, heat, bathroom,
full bathroom,
a queen size bed, 2 couches, a kitchen, like I said, a fridge with a freezer on it.
Now, I do believe you could get some with dishwashers.
Yep.
I think.
Now, we're not looking for that because that's not a huge and be all end all for us.
No.
But at the end of the day,
you could get another room with a couple bunks in it.
Yes. So at the end of the day, you're looking at something that
basically our apartment had
more luxuries than what our apartment had. You would have AC, that built-in AC that we never had. Mm-hmm. Most trailers these days have instant hot water heaters.
Yeah.
So we never had that.
No.
We'll have our own heat, which our apartment had.
Yeah.
And some of these trailers come with an electric fireplace.
Yes.
So a nice fancy little fireplace.
Yeah.
2 couches. Well, 1 couch, and some of them
some have 1, some have 2, some can have 3.
Some come with the chairs that swivel like a lazy boy chair. Some come
with carpeting,
with a love seat in it, with a center console where you can store and all that. So essentially, a trailer these days, spending $300
and you're saving yourself $1,400 a month.
Yeah.
Compared to rent.
Yep.
Or for us, from rent to just living in this trailer.
Now, in this house that I live in, I get, because our father is the renter, I get a very cheap...
He gets the family discount.
I get the family discount, essentially.
Yeah, he's way, way, way below market.
Yes. Even with the family rate I get, the trailer is still cheaper.
Is it?
I pay $500.
Oh, I thought it was cheaper than that.
No. I pay that much money a month.
Okay.
Now, at $360... No, sorry, $320 because 160. $320. That is still cheaper than what I pay here.
Yes.
With the family rate.
Yes.
I'm saving close to $200 if I go with the trailer.
Yes. And he doesn't have to worry about cutting grass.
Nope. I don't worry about cutting grass. I don't have to worry about running. If I run out of water, I can hook up to a water hose and fill up. Yeah,
because the city has those water fill up things.
Yep. If my septic goes empty, I can go to a gas station that offers dump.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Pay whatever the fee is.
Which is probably not much. And to be perfectly honest, me and Ryan, if we have to use the bathroom, chances are we'll just use it at work. And
yeah.
Except
or the park where I stay at.
There's bathrooms
during the summertime. There's bathrooms there.
We'll use it there. Really, the only time we'll use the bathroom on the trail probably is late
at night.
If it's 4:00 at night and I gotta go to pee, I'm not going outside.
No.
I'm gonna use the bathroom. Dead of winter, I'm not going outside to freeze to go to the bathroom. Because if I do that, when I come back into the trailer, I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'm going to be too cold.
Yeah.
I'll just use the bathroom there.
Yeah.
Or if we're sick. Or the weekend. Well, even on the weekend, we probably won't be doing it much. Because on the weekends, we'll probably just go outside.
Yeah.
We'll be doing something.
Traveling.
We might travel.
Yeah. But yeah, it is way, way cheaper to stay in a trailer. And you get all the same amenities.
Yeah. And in fact, I've actually looked up on some of the trailers. They have a built-in station. And you can...
Station?
Let me finish. A built-in station designed to fold out for your dog food bowls.
Really?
Yes. The one I looked at with a fifth wheel right near the sink, You can pull out a drawer, and the 2 bowls are there for the dog.
Really?
You can just pour water in there, pour food in there, and when the dog's done, slide it back in, and it's out of the way.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I saw that, and I thought, fuck!
That's cool.
And it's literally because more and more people are families are doing the RVs for the summer, and I think they're also looking at that. Some people, if you look on
the only thing they can afford.
Because if you look on YouTube, I find more this day and age. There's more people doing the
Especially
RV,
us young people,
doing the RV lives, doing van life, because it's all we can afford.
Yeah, we can't afford these $2,000 apartments, and that's for a 1-bedroom.
And we can't afford $1 million mortgage or $500,000 mortgage. And as much as
I was thinking about this, that our father, back in the 80s, late 80s, when I was born, he bought his first house
for $50,000.
For $50,000.
Yes,
and that was pretty expensive for him.
Yes,
and
he had to go to.
Now, granted, our credits are not that great,
and
his was in better shape, but still $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
And
now I want you to think about this, though, ladies and gentlemen.
That's 1987, 88. He bought that.
85, I think it was. No, maybe 86. It was just not long after he bought it, you were born. So, yeah, about 86, 87. Now, I want you to think about this, though, ladies and gentlemen. He bought a $50,000 house in the city.
Now, this house was 2 stories.
Yep.
It was in Hamilton.
Yep.
It had
3 bedrooms, 1 bath.
Did it have 3 bedrooms?
If I remember correctly, yes. A garage.
Yes, it had a garage.
A fenced-in backyard.
Yeah.
And he was working and doing a job.
He was doing dispatcher.
He wasn't making much more than what I... Actually, no. I make more than he did at the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He made about, I think, 35 all around. I make about 40.
I make about 35 now. 30,
But
35.
he was able to afford a house.
A dog.
A wife, a kid, 2 cars, because Mom and him were driving.
I think they only had 1 car.
No, they had 2. At the time.
Pretty sure it was only 1.
Well, Mom was driving bus. She had to drive.
I think she was driving the bus home.
I don't think she was at the time. Not when they first met.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
But at least...
So anyway, yeah, he had a house, a kid, a
wife.
dog, a wife. And when I was born, he was actually remodeling the house.
Yes.
So he was remodeling the entire house.
Yes.
Now, and he had the mortgage on the house, obviously, for his $50,000 house.
Yes. And he was able to afford all that on about $35,000 a year.
I work part-time as a school bus driver, and I just...
You bring home about that much.
I bring that maybe a little less.
Yes.
And
you can't afford that.
Well, I probably could. But there is no houses for $50,000.
No, well, that's what I mean. In this market today, you can't afford what he had.
No.
Now, if you were to go back in time, you could.
Yes.
But
because you will never find a house that's $50,000.
No.
The only thing you'll find for $50,000 is, if you're lucky, a plot of land.
Yes.
Where there is no house, no driveway, no hydro, no water, no septic.
Yes.
And you gotta get that all installed.
And I make more than he did, and I cannot afford half of what he has.
Yeah.
So
now everybody's saying, well, yeah.
You gotta work hard. No.
Even in my last job, where I was a dispatcher, I was on salary.
You were making 50 to 65. You were making about 65,000. I remember that.
Probably around there, yes.
Still couldn't.
And I still couldn't afford, on my own,
a house.
The apartment we stayed in.
No.
If Jordan wasn't there, I could not live to stay there.
No.
Even if I still was working there.
actually, believe it or not, before we moved to that apartment, me and Ryan were both working. We were making
full-time jobs.
Full-time job. He was making about $60,000. I was bringing home about. I got a couple more increases in it, so I was making maybe about 35. So altogether, we were making probably close to $95,000 to $100,000.
Now, I will say my credit was not great.
No,
I did not take care of it like I should have.
But we could not get a mortgage for a house because the banks were saying, well, you don't make enough.
Or our credits weren't good enough.
Yeah. And it was like, well, what do you mean we don't make enough? We make like $100,000 combined. Yeah, that's not enough. We aren't going to take a chance on you.
Yes.
And it's like...
And that was before the housing market really took off.
Yeah. And so I think to myself... You hear a lot of the older generation, like our father's generation, go, oh, you need to work harder. You know, when I was your age, I had all this. Great.
But everything was cheaper back then.
Everything was cheaper. Things don't...
You know, his first house, like we said, was $50,000.
Yeah.
He sold that and got a brand new house.
Built. Specially for him. He literally drew the plans up with the people and said, this is how I want this house to look.
And said, I want it built here. Now
he spent $150 on that.
Was it that much?
Yeah, because he sold the house, the $50,000 house. He sold that for like $80,000.
Yeah, he made profit on that. Used that money as the down payment on this new house.
Yep.
Had some money left over. Got some new furniture. Got some whatever. Had Bartholomew here.
So now he
went up to $150,000 house, and we stayed there for quite a few years.
Now at that point, he's now working at a job that he was now making anywhere from
more money,
40 to maybe 45. So about what I make now, let's say.
Yes.
And at that point, he now has 2 cars because Mom was definitely driving.
Yes. Brand new house.
Brand spanking new house. Still a dog.
I
think.
No.
No dog? Okay. No dog. But now 2 kids.
Yeah, 2 kids.
And he's still able to afford it all.
Yes.
And
so he had his mortgage and... No, they weren't new cars either. No, he had used cars. That's the only thing new was his house.
Yeah.
So we stayed there for quite a few years, and then he sold that and bought this house up here for $90,000.
$120,000, and he put some money down on it and got it down to $80,000, and then he mortgaged out the $80,000.
And here he's got more property than he did down south.
Yep. It's bigger, older house, but a bigger garage. Still has the 2 kids. Still had the wife. Still had now he had a dog.
We did eventually get a dog. Yes.
And then we stayed here for a year.
Yeah, before going out to Calgary.
Then moved back.
Where we rented out there.
Then we moved back here a year later.
And
we've been here ever since. But he got
like this house and the property is
if he tried to sell it, probably $500,000 or $300,000.
Yeah,
he bought it for $80,000.
Yes,
you cannot find a house with 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically 4 to 5 bedrooms, 1 bathroom.
Yes,
for $80,000 now, with 3 acres. With a 2-door garage with a workshop on it.
Yes.
You aren't going to find that for $80,000.
No.
You're looking at $300,000 plus.
Yes.
And so when I hear the older generation, oh, well, you need to work hard, you just need to buckle down and, and all that.
Or you need to buy yourself a house. Because that's what our father always said, You guys need to get a house and start it as your investment. Well, that would be nice if we could get one.
If someone would give us the money, or a bank would say, yeah, we'll give you a mortgage.
Now, I have read in the news that some kids sometimes get new houses with their new wives or
Yes.
girlfriends or whatever. But mom and dad paid for it, and they move in, and they got all 4 of you living in this one house.
Yes.
So you got mom and dad, you got your son and your girlfriend, or your wife, whatever.
Yeah.
It's in your son and wife, girlfriend, whatever's name.
But
mom and dad live in there because they put up the down payment or whatever, or paid it off.
And the mother and father pay for it.
I don't know if they do that.
Or they help.
Or they help.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like all father's generation, the baby boomers, they're about the only ones now who have the money to go out and buy a house.
Correct. Yeah, because they start off cheaply.
They save...
It's because it was more geared on what people were making.
At the time.
So I think it was easier for them. Now, I'm not saying it was super easy. They had to struggle.
Oh, yeah.
Our father didn't have the latest technology.
No.
We didn't get brand new cars all the time.
Nope.
We got used vehicles.
And occasionally, yes, our father had the full-time job, but occasionally he would do side little jobs. Not a lot, but do side little jobs to make maybe an extra couple of dollars here and there, just to, help out a little bit. I wanna have, kids' birthdays coming up. I wanna buy him a couple of things. Christmas.
And now you gotta work like 5 jobs, and if you're lucky, you might be able to afford something.
Essentially, me and Ryan would have to work 2 full-time jobs, and hope and pray that that's enough to get a house.
Yes.
And it's not like we could go get our own separate houses. We would have to pool it and go, we gotta get one house.
Yes. Unfortunately, at this time, in order to get a house or live anywhere comfortably, we have to be together.
Yes.
Even if we get girlfriends, chances are we're still going to have to live together. Unless one of our girlfriends ends up being rich.
Independently wealthy and is willing to fucking...
Raise us. Or whatever,
Or at least... Well, I should say, at least if we got girlfriends and they work, it's 4 incomes.
Yes. At least it would be easier.
Yes.
But I always say, the only chance we have of getting a house is when our father dies.
Dies, or if we win the lottery.
Yeah, or that.
That's about the only way we're ever going to get our own place.
Yes.
Unless
we get our inheritance early.
Yeah. But I doubt we will.
No doubt.
And chances are, if I decide to move out, probably not. Because he's probably going to get mad.
You never know. Maybe he'll say, well, maybe I'll help him. Who knows? He's done nice things for you in the past.
That is true, but I don't...
I didn't, but he did. So, anyway.
Well, we're going to end this video here.
Yeah, that's our little rant of...
future shit.
And our lives there a little bit.
Yeah.
So...
We're going to end the video here.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Comment. Let us know what you think. And we hope to hear from you guys on a later date.
Yep.
Take it. Bye.
Bye.